everyone, welcome back to the channel for a nice exclusive review on the 1/12 scale Eddie Quist werewolf figure from the Howling by Syndicate Collectibles. I want to say a massive thank you to Jerry at Syndicate Collectibles for sending along this sample to review. Thank you for trusting me to do something like this with such a big release figure. This is something horror fans and werewolf fans in general have been dreaming of for the longest time. A fully posable Eddie Quist werewolf Howling action figure. But this is awesome. One of the most scary werewolves ever from movies. The atmosphere in that film is terrifying. You know, it never lets up. It's one of those films from the moment it starts until it ends, it has this kind of tension to it. Even in scenes where you wouldn't think are scary, it's still got this eerie feel to it. Joe Dante directed it. Genius. Love the Gremlin movies too. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this one, folks. Thanks again to Jerry for sending along the sample. This is such an early sample that the official box art wasn't quite ready yet. We've seen what it looks like on their official Syndicate Collectibles Instagram page. It looks awesome. But I've got another one of these ordered from quite a while ago with Big Bad Toy Store, so when it actually releases I'll be getting one with the box artwork and I'll show you that because it looks really cool. Alright, this is going to be fun. And we got two heads here. We got the open mouth and we got the closed mouth. I've heard no hints about this being done in any other scales, but I would hope that if this sells well enough, this is the 1/12 scale version, then maybe they could do a 1/6 scale version like they did with Pumpkinhead. That would be incredible, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's review this. Let's just calm down, Dean. Big fan here, folks. I've got some custom pieces in the collection from the Howling and some other bits and pieces, and this is just such a lovely new addition, an action figure that I can pose and take pictures and put with other characters. You know, this is something very, very special. So drop a like on it for me, share it around, let's help people find this video, man. This is the kind of figure that even if someone wasn't a collector and they stumbled upon this review, they may be tempted to get into the hobby because werewolves are a hell of a draw. They always have been, they always will be. Very hard to make a good werewolf movie. And this is from one of the very, very best. Figure comes with 6 hands in total. He's got 2 on him at the moment. Then we get another 2 there and another 2 there. So a generous helping of hands, 2 head sculpts. I'd say it's pretty good. Accessories for a werewolf. Doesn't really need to come with much else. Just love the shape of this thing. I've always found those ears really scary looking. Switching out the heads couldn't be easier. I was expecting to have to give it a good old pull, but just popped off, not a problem. And still very surprised by how stable he is, considering the leg design. It's always tricky doing this. I'm thinking of some of my NECA alien figures. Very tricky to get them to stand up, but with this, he's solid. Alright, let's get a close up on this head sculpt, and we'll see the other one. Look at the eyes, man, they've been painted so well. For this scale, that is really sharp. The snout, the nose, his teeth, fur sculpted really well. Got those signature long pointy ears. Absolutely ferocious looking. I think this is my favourite of the 2 head sculpt options. It's always nice when you get two. Look at that. Just hauling ass through the woods. Go get him, Eddie. Yeah, you get that dinner. This is just beautifully done. You see the layers of fur there, separate pieces, separate layers, to allow for all the head movement. Balancing on his own. No stand needed. I did have one from another figure at the ready if I needed it, but so far he stands unassisted. Looking friggin' sick. I know you're feeling it when you're looking at this. What I'm filming right now, I'm getting that feeling. This will be one of those moments where you're looking at it thinking, yep, I need that. I just tried switching out the hands for the first time. That was really easy to do, just like the heads. And I got the arms nice and straight because I just wanted it in kind of a relaxed stance with the closed mouth head sculpt on. So let's see how tall he is next to some other 1/12 scale figures. We'll do that next. Oh, look at that, wow. I've got the light coming from behind, so it looks like the moonlight is lighting him up. But this company, you know, it's early days for this company, and look what they've done so far. They've absolutely killed it with Pumpkinhead and given you so many different variations, scales, statues, figures, you know, whatever suits your needs. And now with this, the Howling, who knows what's next for these guys, but they've absolutely been killing it as far as I'm concerned, and the choices they've been making, you know, the characters they've been producing are right out of my dream list. You know, the only thing they could do now to surprise me is Street Hawk. No one knows what I'm talking about whenever I mention Street Hawk. It's an 80s TV show. Kind of like Knight Rider, but on a motorcycle. It was absolutely badass. Some of the best music ever. That would make a really cool figure, but that's not really the kind of thing these guys are doing. That's like 80s TV show kind of cult stuff. This is horror. Pure and true. You know, maybe Street Hawk isn't that unlikely. I mean, they're doing Bloodsport. I know that's not Street Hawk, but it's different. You know, it's Bloodsport. Got variation. Variation. Tom Woodridge Jr. signed these 1/12 scale Pumpkinhead figures. That's amazing. The guy who wore the suit. But yeah, man, they've been doing some really good stuff, and all their announcements are always really surprising and exciting. Just like Caustic Plastic. One of those companies just out there doing it their way, doing their own thing, and doing a damn good job of it. The backdrop, by the way, was from the 1/6 scale Cool Models werewolf figure that came with the packaging. It's come in very, very, very handy over the years because it's quite hard to find a really decent werewolf backdrop. It's really well thought out with the articulation. I like here where the arm starts to connect to the shoulder, there's like a flap of fur. It reminds me kind of like the Dark Knight Christian Bale suit, and his shoulder armor kind of allowing for movement with the arm. It's that similar kind of technique, but it's blended in really well into the other layers of fur. And let's just get a close-up here of the mouth. Snarling beast face. Yeah, it's a truly, truly awesome sculpt. All the fur. Great paint job. Great articulation. You are able to get that head tilted back nice and high. It's just sniffing the air. Well, standing unassisted, delivering that sweet articulation. He's kind of on the turn here. He's just heard something and he's spun around. What was that? He's coming for you. Eddie. He's coming for you. This is how you do it. This is how you make a 1/12 scale werewolf. From the Howling. For the longest time, I was hoping... I mean, they did give us... I'm thinking about NECA here. They did give us the Kessler Wolf, and that is one of their best figures. It's one of my favourite werewolf figures. But I was always hoping for the Howling or Dog Soldiers, Bad Moon, some of them great werewolf designs. So I'm really, really grateful for Syndicate Collectibles for doing this. Must be a, you know, passion project for them, but such a massive part of the werewolf collector passion too, and now we have this. It's awesome. Look at that, it's just screaming. Okay, this is just a little height comparison. We have another 1/12 scale figure. This one is by Mezco, Freddy Krueger, from the original Nightmare on Elm Street. And that's how that figure looks size-wise next to the Syndicate Collectibles 1/12 scale Eddie Quist, the Howling werewolf. Looks about right to me. About the same size as the Mezco Big Chap Alien. Maybe Eddie Quist a little bit taller, fractionally, but just to give you an idea of the size. Alright, he is now with the rest of the werewolf collection on the shelf. And I'll give you my final thoughts and a score out of 10. Been working on this section for a few days now. Just trying to fit everything in. And the new additions of David Kessler and Jack Goodman. Two fantastic figures. I recently reviewed them on the channel. There's the Kessler Wolf. And there's another Kessler Wolf over here. Matt Weaver, Wicked Designs, made the custom base so you can have him leaping like when he burst through the shutter in Piccadilly Circus. And you got the David Eakins custom Eddie Quist 1/6 scale werewolf. Check out the videos on that on the channel. Oh, and this old rare, there was only, I think, either 100 or 1,000. No, it's a limited edition. Can't see what number I have, but there was only 1,000 made. And yes, so to toys. There's all the info there. I've never really seen these on eBay. I did do a little bit of work on it, but it's a really nice bust. But yeah, here is Eddie Quist. And I would give the figure a 10 out of 10. I have to, man. The articulation's fantastic. The accuracy of how he looks is on point. Articulation, 2 head sculpts, 6 hands. Really good Howling figure. 10 out of 10. You can get it here in the UK from Mad About Horror. But yeah, the werewolf collection is coming along strong. It's doing well. It's getting there. I've really enjoyed getting the chance to show you Eddie Quist. Definitely recommend it. Solid figure, great balance, 10 out of 10. Really, really love it. Drop a like on it for me, folks. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. What's your favourite werewolf movie? Oh, and I do have another werewolf over here, by the way. Dog Soldiers custom 1/6 scale back there. Sorry, the camera wants to focus on these ones at the front. And that's a really nice Dog Soldiers werewolf. There's videos on the channel with that. I'm working on this shelf at the moment, trying to get all the icons presented nicely. I'm working on the room so I can do another big room tour soon. But okay, that's it. Thanks again to Jerry for getting me this sample and making that happen. Absolutely love it. You guys are going to love it too. Alright, see you soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.